Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Forex Pulse, the go-to spot for real-world currency insights. It's Friday, April 4th, 2025, and I'm your host, Mike Reynolds. Hope your trades this week didn't drive you too crazy. It's been a wild one. Today, we're breaking down what moved the major currency pairs, what to make of the US dollar's latest swing, and, of course, what to keep your eyes on for Monday, April 7th. So grab your charts, sip that coffee, and let's dive in. Alright, let's start with what happened today. The US dollar index saw a solid bounce, closing the day just above 104.20 after dipping earlier this week. That rebound came on the back of a stronger-than-expected jobs report this morning. The US added 276,000 jobs in March, beating the forecast of 238,000. That number caught traders off guard and sparked a quick rally in the greenback. Now, the euro to US dollar took a hit, dropping to around 1.0740 by the US close. Earlier in the day, it was flirting with 1.0800, but the NFP data flipped the mood completely. The euro also suffered from weaker-than-expected German retail sales, which shrank 0.8% in February. Pound sterling to US dollar followed suit, falling back toward 1.2550, weighed down by cautious comments from the Bank of England. Seems like the bow is leaning more dovish again, and that's been holding the pound back despite stronger services PMI data. Over in Asia, the US dollar to Japanese yen pushed higher, again. It's now sitting near 151.70, and let's be honest, the Bank of Japan has been all bark and no bite lately. Intervention threats are out there, but yen bulls aren't buying it just yet. Meanwhile, the Aussie and Kiwi both dropped, with the Australian dollar to US dollar hovering around 0.6520 and NZD/USD at 0.5960. Risk sentiment cooled after the US numbers, and commodities didn't offer much of a cushion either. Now let's get into some key levels heading into Monday. Euro to US dollar. If the pair can't reclaim 1.0780, we might see another leg down toward 1.0700, maybe even 1.0660 if the dollar holds strong. On the flip side, a push back above 1.0800 would put bulls back in the driver's seat. US dollar to Japanese yen, 152.00 is the magic number. The closer we get, the louder those BOJ warnings will get. A clean break above that level could open the door to 152.50, but don't rule out a sharp pullback on intervention talk. Pound sterling to US dollar. Watch the 1.2520 zone. If that cracks, bears could drive it to 1.2450 next. To the upside, it needs to reclaim 1.2620 for any real momentum. Gold, XAU/USD, slipped back to $2,268, cooling off after last week's all-time highs. If yields keep climbing, we might see gold head toward $2,240 or even $2,210 before finding a floor. Alright, now let's look ahead to Monday. We don't have any US data on deck, but markets will still be digesting Friday's NFP print. That means Fed rate expectations are going to drive sentiment. As of this recording, traders are pricing in just one rate cut by September. That's a big shift from a few weeks ago, when some folks were talking about 3. In Europe, we've got Eurozone investor confidence coming out early in the day. If that surprises to the downside, the euro could remain under pressure. Also, keep an eye on speeches from ECB's Christine Lagarde and a few Fed officials, including Austin Goolsbee and Michelle Bowman. Any hawkish signals could add fuel to the dollar rally. Over in Asia, Japan releases household spending data, and Australia has a business confidence report. These aren't major market movers, but they'll shape the tone going into the Asian session. So where do we stand heading into the new week? The dollar bulls are back in charge, for now. The NFP surprise added more weight to the idea that the Fed isn't in a hurry to cut rates. Unless we get softer inflation numbers next week, we might see the dollar stretch its lead, especially against the euro and pound. That said, we're heading into earnings season in the US and risk sentiment could swing fast. Any sharp moves in equities or commodities will ripple across FX. Don't sleep on that correlation. Also, keep your eye on geopolitical risks. Tensions in the Middle East are still simmering, and any flare-ups could spark a flight to safe havens like the dollar, yen, and gold. If you're trading on Monday, stay nimble. Watch your risk, stay updated on headlines, and don't marry a position just because it looked good on Friday. That's a wrap for today's episode of Forex Pulse. If you found this breakdown helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the podcast, and leave a review. And hey, drop a comment below if there's a pair or topic you want us to dig into next week. Thanks for tuning in, trade smart, and we'll catch you on Monday.